In a world plagued by reboots, haunted by sequels, dominated by the same old shit, get ready for an original podcast that will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you. Starring Ginger Josh, Adam the Hare, and introducing the immortal Frank. Hold on to your butts. It's the Game Rage Movies TV Podcast. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand spanking new fucking episode of Game Rage Movies and TV Podcast. One of the podcasts that we've been too lazy to fucking come up with a new name for, so it's just fucking Movies and TV the name, because why not? Anyways, my name's Josh. I'm here today with good buddy Adam.
Greetings.
Today we're going to talk about Severance, episode number 8. We are winding down towards the end of the series here. We have one more episode after this to watch.
For it to be reprised in January 25th, 2025?
Yep, to which we will then begin doing season number 2 weekly as they come out. So that'll be cool.
Sweet.
Anyways, if you want to, before we get into this episode, if you want to follow us on all of other shit, you can follow us on YouTube, Game Rage Magazine, where you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can also go to Game Rage Magazine on Instagram and TikTok, at Game Rage Mag on Twitter/X. You can go follow our good buddy here, Adam, at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram, and you can go check out the All Gas No Trash Music Podcast. Also, you can go check out Anime Syndicate by our good buddy Frank, and you can follow along on Instagram at anime_syndicate_podcast. All right, let's get into it. Episode number 8, What's for Dinner? Name of the episode. And this one, we get to see heavily featured in this episode is Irving's Audi. Fucking basically being a psychopath and just taking his, like, the only normal thing we see him do is takes his dog for a walk in the early morning time or evening time or whatever, and then he's drinking some coffee, and then he fucking immediately goes and starts being a painter, and we see all these fucking paintings in his house.
Fucking HAL 9000.
Yeah, it's that same.
It's like a red dot.
It's that hallway going into the break room, right? And so his innie was so scarred by that experience that now he is experiencing visions of it as his normal outside self, apparently, and he can't stop painting it. So we get that happening. Helly R, she finishes. This was fucking funny because they're all like, okay, we've got this plan that we're gonna fucking execute of doing this overtime protocol thing, but we need to fucking still hit our goals. And so Mark, Irving, and Dylan are all just like hanging out while she's still like fucking trying to do her completions or whatever.
Her number bullshit. And he, is she gonna make it, man? I don't know, man. He's like, fuck, I've been done for 2 weeks, man. What else is there? He's like, Irving's like, we should be in there with her. And he's like, what are we gonna do? Like, maybe we should stand behind her and chant her name softly. He's like, no, that's not a good idea, man. So she goes out and she finally hits that 100% and meets the quota, and they're all fucking hooray. And that gay, that fucking weird Kier brainwashing.
Dude, that video?
Yeah, and it's like, it's all done in this ASCII fucking like.
Yeah, man.
It looks like Oregon Trail fucking graphics.
Yeah, it is. And that was crazy. I was like.
And he's like, oh, I knew you could do this. Yeah. I believed in you. And then the Kier Egan just flies away. It's so weird.
He's like, now, I'm off to someone else who needs me.
Yeah.
And goodbye. And then he flies, he just literally flies away.
It's so strange, dude.
It is strange as fuck. And so then that happens, and basically they end up getting this. What was the fucking party that they ended up getting? They got some party, right? Like it was
Rickon's like book reading or some shit, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's where he goes in the outside world.
Or is this is the episode that happens, right?
Yeah. It's the book reading party.
Okay.
But I guess that happens a little later. But basically, they go ahead and Cobell, Miss Cobell wants to schedule Mark for a session with Mrs. Casey, who we know is his wife.
Yeah, ironically, she does, like, okay.
She knows that they know each other. Like, she knows who they are.
Yes, but also, it's as much as she is sinister, there is some kind of, like, speck of light that there is some kind of goodness in her. With this like little thing that she's like, oh no, he needs it for the whole thing that happened with Pete.
Yeah,
with his best friend dying.
Here's the other thing. I don't think that Cobell and Milchek, I think their shit's just turned on all the time. I think that's their severed self at all times. I think that's going to be a reveal in season 2, at least for Cobell. Is that she's never unsevered. Like, her thing is always on.
Or Milchek was always part of Lumen, and that he's never been
severed, right?
He's never been, because he didn't even know how to act with that kid, that Dylan's actual kid,
right? Yeah,
his outie self. He didn't know like how to deal with the child because he's never probably been around one. So my theory is that Milchek is not even a real person, like a real person, quote unquote.
He's just in severed mode.
Like if he's a clone or like some kind of weird, not real person, and that all he's known is Lumen, because he's so brainwashed in Lumen.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
So basically, what they do is she goes down to the. What's her name? Selvig tells Miss Casey that she needs to go back down to what they call the testing floor.
That's very odd.
That is very odd. And that actually, I take it back. That is what's his name is painting. It's the testing floor.
Yeah.
It's the entrance to the testing floor. And so, I don't know what the fuck that is, but that's fucking...
I'm thinking it's cloning.
It's gotta be. There's gotta... Because that's gotta be how she exists. And there's only... Like, when you die in real life, or whatever they do... They clone you, and you have a severed version of yourself.
Yeah,
and you're only that. You're only severed.
As it comes in later, because as they were talking so much shit about the little micro SD card or the pill-shaped tube that's inside your brain, that everything that is you is in that thing, kind of illustrating that Ghost in the Machine type of topic or whatever, that theme, that the real you isn't this, it's the microchip.
It's digital, yeah.
Because even they bring that up when Dylan goes to the control room where the switches are.
Yeah.
That they have like DNA or whatever the fuck it is, like hard drives of each individual person.
Right.
So I don't know.
So that's what's there. You're like connected to the cloud basically.
Or whatever it might be.
Some weird shit like. And so, anyway, so then MDR has their celebration for the hitting the quota. So, like, fucking Milchek brings them, I don't remember what it was. It was a bunch of bullshit, like some dumb shit. And then, essentially, during that time period, Miss Cobell walks back into her office or whatever. And then that chick, I forget what her name is, the one who is... The
like the assistant
or whatever,
dude. She flipped out on her. She's like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And she's like, "Yeah, you're basically fucking suspended or whatever because of your."
Definitely.
She shows her the picture of the chick. Like, how the fuck did they not know this? Everything's fucking video filmed there. Everything's on camera. So how did they not? How did she think that they weren't gonna find out about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't cover up shit there. But basically. She gets fucking suspended, and then she goes home and she fucking destroys she destroys all of her shit. That fucking that whatever that fucking thing was.
She had an altar for like her husband, or was it a cure? It was like a cure altar.
Yeah, it was a cure altar, and like now I'm kind of questioning because there was that hospital band that had the name on it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it said on that.
I don't remember exactly what it said either, but I remember going like, wait a minute. So I think that there's some, like, I think she, like, Miss Cobell or whatever, or Selvig, she is somebody. She's somebody fucking important in this whole thing. Like, and I think she may be now this is where we get into this possibility of now, if this whole thing is transferring consciousness to the digital realm,
I think she may be somebody from one of these past things. Like her consciousness is like she may have been one of the past board members, or maybe one of the past like
one of the
tier
CEOs.
people, you know what I'm saying, or the Egan people, whatever they are, those like the CEOs. I think she might have been like the lady CEO or whatever from the past or some shit. Is what might like come out later, probably in season 2. But anyway, she destroys all that shit, and now they are getting fucking ready. MDR is getting ready for them. They're gonna leave, and Dylan's gonna fucking go and stay behind because he gets the special perpetuity wing visit, which was fucking crazy as shit. It's like some fucking strip club with this weird fucking. Everybody's wearing the fucking masks and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
He's eating waffles. And, and then there's like a message on the waffle thing. I don't remember what the fuck it said, but dominatrix shit.
Yeah, that was fucking weird, man. Or it was called a waffle party. That's what it was. He puts on the Keir Egan head, and he's in the bedroom, and he's just the ritualistic cult dances that took place. And then basically that's when he books it. But right before that, we get Helly and Mark, like this little sequence of them where they're about to leave. And she fucking goes and like fucking kisses him or whatever. And she's like, in case we don't make it back, or in case we do. And then he's like, oh, my pee-pee tingles. But now he's torn because he gets that last little thing with Miss Casey or whatever. And like he feels some shit for her, like he wants to fucking stop her because she tells him, "Oh, they're retiring me," because she's packing up all the shit, and she's like, "Oh, I'm being retired or whatever." And he's like, "There's got to be something we could do." And then like you can tell like he feels something, but he doesn't know why. Because she asked him like, "Why do you want to help me?" And he's like, "Because you're people." I don't know, fuck bitch. Like
I don't know. He's got a white knight complex because
that too. Yeah.
He took a bullet for Helly earlier in the other episodes so that she didn't have to get punished. And now he doesn't want his wife to die, who's not really his wife because she's not even the same person. She's Miss Casey.
True.
So I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about this romance. It's somewhat been hinted at in the last couple episodes, but it seems rather sudden that Helly ended up planting one on him.
Yeah,
I'm not against it. I don't know if it was just too soon. I felt like that was more of like maybe a second season thing.
Yeah, possibly. So then at Rickon's like book party, I will say it was funny when Mark, did you bring your copy of your book? And he's like, I think I fucking left it on my desk. Oh, shoot. Well, let's see. There's 20 minutes until the reading starts, so you may be able to make it back home and come in just at the right time.
Yeah.
And then, anyways, he's talking to Selvig, and he's basically telling her that he's thinking about quitting Lumen. And she basically kind of tells him, like, oh, yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, she's doing reconnaissance to kind of redeem herself, like getting the good graces of being in Lumen again. Because now that she's been suspended indefinitely, she's like, all right, fuck. Well, she apparently she can't function without living in or being part of this company or whatever. So she's doing this, and she's doing reconnaissance, finding out what Mark's plan is because that guy Grainier died, and what other bullshit happened? The Ragabi person killed.
Ragabi, all that bullshit. Yeah.
So she's just been on extra missions. She's been doing side quests as being the nanny or the tit person, the tit milk, whatever the fuck, to Mark's sister.
And so now we get towards the end of the episode, the last sequence of the episode, which is Dylan. He leaves the perpetuity waffle party, whatever the fuck it is, and he goes to get into the server room where he's gonna fucking do this overtime contingency deal. And so he's reading the instructions. He's like, oh, fuck. It gives him a countdown. He's like, oh, shit. And so he goes and selects who it's going to be. And then he's fucking trying to do it. And he fucking, right as the episode fucking ends with this goddamn cliffhanger of him fucking doing it. And then it ends.
Yep.
And so now we're obviously going to get the next episode will be opening with them, being fucking outside. The innies are out.
I also have like a weird theory that the innies are actually like the real reflection of the people themselves. Like Mark actually wants to be this person.
Yeah.
Because some of the things leak, some of the things that are on the outside are leaking in. So it's like, what if the innies also are influencing what happens on the outside too?
Yeah. Well, I feel like this is gonna be like some mindfuck thing where in the real world, like it's not actually really you. Like no one's really themselves in the real world. That the innies are the truest representation of who you are.
Because you're a clean slate.
Yeah.
You start off in a world that's
No
just
bias, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is going to lead to some sort of revolution. That's what's end up happening.
Yeah, I will say like Mark being this rebellious fucking person, like I feel like that's what he wanted to be. Okay, what I think is gonna happen long term in the end is that Mark, the Audi, is actually gonna fucking die. Like not he's gonna commit mental suicide.
Right.
Because he already couldn't cope with the loss of his wife and he doesn't really want to live. So he's actually going to somehow arrange for his innie to be completely pilot his body.
Yeah.
And that he can live happily ever after with Helly.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Yeah, I think that's a good theory. I think that's probably what will end up happening. So I'm down for that. That sounds like a good one. But obviously we're not going to get that in the next episode, but maybe in season 2. Who knows? Anyways, all right, well, you got anything else to add for this one? Sweet. All right, well, that'll be it. So if you want to go follow more of our stuff, you can go to YouTube, Game Rage Magazine, like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. You can follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram, and you can follow Frank at Anime_Syndicate_podcast on Instagram. Sweetie sweet, checking it out. We'll catch you on the next one.
Oh, hey there, buddy. It's me, 1930s announcer guy. Here to congratulate you on making it through this episode. As our heroes are getting in their jalopies and riding off into the literal sunset, they wanted me to tell you thanks for listening to their radio broadcast, and should you be so kind as to follow them on some fancy schmancy radio station publication called Instagram and TikTok at Game Range Magazine, and on some other thing called Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Also, they wanted me to inform you and ask if you could be so kind again as to visit something called a website at www.GameRageMagazine.com. I don't know what that is, buddy, but you should probably go do those things. And, don't forget to tune in next time to the Game Rage Movies and TV radio broadcast.